Hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we're going to take a look at a watch from a company by the name of Ballast. And so every once in a while, you guys, I get emails from different watch companies. They'll send me a link and ask if I'm interested in showing the watch on the channel. And most of the time right now, I'm a young channel, so I really like to look at pretty much everything that's out there. But this one really intrigued me. When I went to the link that was sent to me by them, it just had some really cool features that I wasn't used to seeing on a watch. And so I was like right on board. I said, yes, please send one out to me. I'd love to show it on the channel. And so we are going to take a look at this ballast today. This model is called the Trafalgar, named after, it's the HMS Trafalgar. The Trafalgar class submarines are the Royal Navy's nuclear class subs. I think they've used since about 1983. So anyways, we will flip the camera around here in a bit and get on with that. I'm going to do a quick wristwatch check. Today I'm actually wearing the little Casio I think it's the AMW380, and I'm wearing it on a newer Blue Shark NATO strap. This is a two-piece NATO, which you've seen on my channel before, but Joe is now making the two-piece in the Alpha, which is kind of the smoother seatbelt material. So really nice strap. Cool strap. I don't think they're on the website yet, but they should be up soon. And then one other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, I don't ever do this, but a show I've been watching, it's over here on my TV, this TV that I can squish with my fingers. I've been binge watching Netflix, the Marvel Iron Fist, and I'm loving this show. I just finished up the 12th episode. I'm going to go on to the 13th episode. I'll probably have it finished by the time this video is up because I love this show. But really awesome show, you guys. If you have Netflix, go check it out. But anyways, let's get the camera turned around here in a second, and we will check out the Trafalgar from Ballast. All right, guys. Alright guys, so welcome back, and it is time to take a look at the Ballast Trafalgar. Now like I said in the beginning about this watch is kind of a theme watch, I like to call these. They're themed after kind of honoring something, in this case being the British Royal Navy and the Trafalgar class submarines. And as we kind of get into the review of the watch, I'll kind of point out some of the things that they noted, and I do have a picture of some an instrumentation cluster from a submarine to give you an idea of why this watch kind of looks the way it does and stuff like that. Now I will tell you this watch has no real affiliation with the British Royal Navy or anything like that, but there's a lot of companies out there nowadays doing this. I have no problem with it. I think it's fun, I think it's exciting, and I think that making a watch that honors something like that, there's really nothing wrong with it. A lot of people, they just don't like it. If that's the case, I would say, stop watching the video right now. For me, I think it's neat. I think it makes for fun watches, interesting watches with really neat features and stuff like that. So let's get into this. I will let you guys know that I did take the outside sleeve off of there, but you guys saw that in the opening of the video. I have pulled the hang tags off this watch, as it's kind of hard to do the video with the hang tags on there and stuff like that. So we're not going to go through your typical unboxing here, but we'll go ahead and get this opened here so you can get a look at this really quite amazing watch from Ballast. And so here we go. Let's go ahead and move the box here to the side, and I will go through that with you guys here in a second to show you what's in there. So as you guys can see, there's a lot going on here with this watch. This has a multi-layered dial to it, actually kind of a sandwich dial with multiple different things going on in it, as you guys can see. You guys can see there is an exposed date wheel there on the inside, and then it almost has like this stingray kind of finish there just outside the date on the other ring. So looking at that there, you've got a big Ballast logo here over at the 9 o'clock position, which I think is pretty cool. And I will move the dial here, or the hands here, in a second so we can actually see the date window. But it's right there in that kind of hash mark looking area there. As you guys can see, this watch has kind of this coin-edged bezel finish, but it's on the inside kind of the index ring there, just above the index ring or the chapter ring on the watch. Almost looks like cut bronze. Now I know this is all stainless steel with rose gold on this watch, so it's really cool, and you get it outside in the light, and it actually looks like a true coin edge. It catches the light right, but it's not really shiny. It's kind of got a little bit of a brush finish, but it really looks cool. So as you guys can see, this does have a canteen style cover over the crown on this watch, which is not standard at all in any way, the crown on this watch, and we're going to get into the function of that here in a minute. But as you guys can see, this opens and it actually protects two things underneath here. There is a seal at the bottom here, so it seals and is nicely and watertight. This is a 100-meter watch, so as far as, you know, water activity and stuff like that goes, it's gonna be able to handle most of that. Now it is on a leather strap, so I don't know how much water activity you're gonna do, you know, with this leather strap on. But you know, leather straps can actually get wet, and it's not gonna completely kill them there. So, yeah, when I was contacted by Ballast and I first looked at the watch, I thought, wow, that's a really wild-looking watch, neat-looking watch and stuff like that. But what really got me, and I'm going to go ahead and take it off the pillow here so we can check out the function of this watch, was the way you do things on this watch. Now, before I start that, I do want to flip it over real quick, show you some more of the aesthetics of the watch. Now, on the side here, you guys can see it does have the logo Trafalgar and "We Come Unseen." Now that is the logo, or the phrase of the British Royal Navy, "We Come Unseen." And Trafalgar, like I said, is their nuclear class submarine. It is actually an HMS Trafalgar. So as you guys can see here on the back, we do have a see-through case back. This watch is running a Miyota 8215 movement in it. It's a good little movement, tried and true movement. These be run at 21,600 vibrations per hour. So, you know, not a really high strung or highly wound movement, but very reliable. This one is hand winding, though it is not hackable. And if we can kind of catch it in the light there, it's kind of rough to see, but there's actually a Ballast logo on the glass case back there. This is just a mineral crystal case back here. But you've also got the, you know, your standard writing there as far as Ballast. This is an automatic movement, all stainless steel construction. You have your model number and your water resistant to 100 meters and stuff like that. Now this is a what I've read is a genuine buffalo leather Italian strap here. Very nicely made, very high quality. They are hand painted along the edges here, as you guys can see, along the top and the bottom, which is actually a nice touch, and it's painted along the bottom side here. You do have the Ballast logo down there at the bottom also. If I'm not mistaken, I can't be completely sure, but the Ballast logo looks a lot like, if you guys understand the way a submarine looks and the way ships work and stuff, what ballast is when you take on water to either maintain balance of a ship, buoyancy and whatnot, and also a submarine uses ballast tanks for submerging. They will fill a ballast tank with water, and then when you want to come back to the surface, they purge those tanks. They push air through them and purge them to make the submarine more buoyant again. So I can't confirm it, but that almost looks like maybe a cross section of like a ballast tank in that logo there. So very cool, very cool. Also coming up here to the band. Now this buckle is a little bit big for me, guys, but I will tell you, I think it's really cool that they put this submarine here on the end of the buckle. It's pretty neat to look at. It does give you the fact that it's a stainless steel construction there. I will point out, guys, that correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Trafalgar class only have a single conning tower, but it fills in the space quite nice. Actually, if you didn't have that second conning tower, it'd probably look funny on there. Okay, guys, into the feature. Let me bring this behind the camera there. Let Combat Jesus and little homies keep you entertained for a second. I just want to wipe off this sapphire-coated mineral crystal here. Now, here's what I want to show you guys is the functions of this watch. Okay, so let's kind of keep this here out of the way here. So if you guys notice, this is not a turning crown here. This is a button you actually push. So when I push this in, there's two settings here. So I push it in the first setting. Let's see if I can get it here. It's kind of hard to see what you're doing with the camera here, guys. But okay, now if I turn this, I didn't push it far enough. Okay, there it goes. Now, guys, watch the dial. You see the date? So I'm actually turning the bezel on this watch. See if I can get close enough here. But that changes the date. Okay. Now you go down and you push this button one more time, all the way in. Now you can set the time on the watch, all with the bezel. So I think there actually is a watch out there on the market right now using the bezel to do some settings, besides smartwatches, obviously, that do use this function. I think the Sky Dweller from Rolex uses something very similar to that, but for doing some kind of function. But starting at $25,000, it's really no comparison at all. Now, to reset this, you guys see this other button now. As I was pushing this one in, this one came out. I've reset this by pushing it in. Now everything's back to normal on this watch. It's now, if I have the date and the time set correctly, which I don't, but anyways, that's how you set the date and the time, is with that. And then what was really cool is when I got the watch, they said, hey, wind the watch 25 times before wearing it. And the first thing I said is, how do I wind this watch when it doesn't have a winding crown down here? This is the cool part, guys. Watch this. You guys can hear it there. I'm actually winding the watch. So 25 turns was what they told me to do in a counterclockwise motion like that. That is actually how you wind this watch. So definitely something I had never seen before, something that I thought was really cool. Now, I will put a link to a couple of places you can get these watches. I will probably put a link to Long Island Watch because I did see that they had these on their website now. Now, these aren't an inexpensive watch. These MSRP right now on these is around, I want to say around $450 to $500, but you do get a lot of watch, guys. I have to tell you that I've worn it for a few days. I showed it to a number of people, including a jeweler that was kind of impressed when he looked at it. He said, he says, obviously I've never seen anything like it. It's different and stuff like that. But yeah, just something to, if you guys are into bigger, kind of flashier watches. Oh, let's take the measurements on this big boy here. Almost forgot, guys. You definitely want to know that. Now we got the caliper fired up. Now I'm going to go ahead and open the canteen crown. I'm going to take a measurement without it, and then we'll go ahead and get a measurement with it also there. Now remember, this does include the tag over there on the side. So this is a 46.7 millimeter watch without the canteen crown on it, meaning it's a 47 millimeter basically. Now if we go up here from lug tip to lug tip, guys, this is a big boy at 53.8, basically 54 millimeters from side to side there. And let's get a thickness on this watch. Yeah, we're looking at 14.5. So this is a wrist, a real wrist piece. I mean, it really stands out. It's big, it's flashy, but it is so different. Honestly, you just don't see anything like this out there. Now with that thing there, you guys are looking at right about a 50 millimeter watch, basically, with the canteen crown guard on there. Now, you guys forgive me for the noise in the background. My kid had left her phone sitting here behind me, and it's got some game thing making noise. And I don't know how to shut her phone off, so as is with life. Guys, this Trafalgar watch from Ballast is something, to be honest with you. I'm going to go ahead and set it down here. For 1 second, I'm going to take off the Casio that I'm wearing so that we can get a shot of this watch on my wrist. Now, guys, I will tell you I have a 7¼ inch wrist, so just keep that in mind when you're taking a look at this. Now, it's the strap is big, and really, it's probably not going to fit you unless you make new holes. If you because I'm almost on the last hole there, but really on my 7¼ inch wrist, guys, it doesn't look, I don't think it looks too big. Some people will say, Aaron, you're nuts, that looks too big, but I actually enjoyed wearing it. I wore it to a swim meet for my kid yesterday, showed it to a number of people. And what was funny was, I think it's so big and this and that, but two of the guys I showed it to, one was wearing a polar, not a polar GMT, a polar G-Shock, like a gigantic white G-Shock, and the other guy had on a all-black G-Shock with a gold mirror dial on it almost. So both of them looked at this and said, dude, that's a cool watch. It's a really neat watch. So yeah, maybe not something I would have picked out immediately, but now that I have it, I am going to wear this watch a little bit before I send it out on a tour. Now, this watch will make an appearance next on the Chris Marshall channel. I will let him have it for a week or so. And then also we're going to send this watch out to Scott Stauffer at Watchers Galore so he can take a look at it. If you guys haven't subscribed to either of those channels, please do. I will put a link down below in the description. So anyways, guys, thank you for tuning into the OFD channel. Today we've taken a look at the Ballast Trafalgar watch. Very high quality, very well made piece. from this company Ballast, and yeah, I'm interested to look for more to come from them, guys. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down there. And if you guys haven't subscribed to the OFD channel, please do. Please do. All right, guys, thanks.